Jim Harger grew up on a farm in West Michigan and has been writing about agriculture throughout his career, the last 25 with the Grand Rapids Press and the online MLive. Jim writes stories, gathers and takes photos, and edits video on his laptop and his phone. Story ideas come from email and social media.
I've got a hot link to the Farm Bureau's news service. I follow it on Twitter. And so this is kind of my early warning system, plus people send me news releases via email, and people still call me. So in terms of fishing, it's like having enough lines in the water and in the right ponds.
I met Jim Harger during a meet and greet luncheon that was put together by Brian Van Octen and Jason Scramlin, our regional rep. As it turns out, Jim and I got to talking about the Grand Rapids Press, and my grandfather had retired out of the Grand Rapids Press, working in circulation after several years, and they knew each other, and so we kind of got talking about that, and Jim just said, well, what's going on the farm these days, Jeff? And so we just kind of had a casual conversation about fruit and fruit production and the industry, the state of the industry as a whole. Jim segued that into a phenomenal article. Jim's written several follow-up pieces, wrote a nice piece about Brian Geerling's, their dairy down there in Fenville, some of their alternative energy stuff they're doing.
We're milking approximately 2,000 cows 3 times a day, producing anywhere from 16 to 18,000 gallons of milk per day, and the milk is being used locally as dry powder and as yogurt.
In covering the environment, carbon footprint is a big deal. And here's a guy who's telling me he's got a negative carbon footprint and he's producing milk. Looked at the science behind what he was doing and retold his story. I thought it was fascinating, and I think our readers did too.
He picked up a press release about our year-round CSA and contacted us right away, wanting to come out and see the farm. So we walked around a little while and shot a few pictures. He was interested in what we were doing, so it was fun. I mean, to not talk to somebody who was just there for the story and writing down the facts or whatever. He seemed genuinely interested in what we had to offer and was excited to stop by and get some produce at the market. We did get a few phone calls after that from people reading the article, and that was exciting. So it obviously reached out to a new audience that we hadn't reached before.
Jim's coverage of real estate led him to an apple orchard and the sound of drones in the air.
Talking to the Farm Bureau and the Michigan State Extension, discovered that, hey, drones are great for agriculture as well, and the orchards we have here on the ridge. So we ended up writing a story about how drone technology and how some students at University of Michigan are developing applications for drones to monitor conditions in the apple orchards, including temperature sensors, so you can send up a drone and find out is it really freezing up there or not, and if it is, what should we do about it? We're not here to just sugarcoat the news. We're also here to write about when this new technology creates a problem, and in the community of Lowell, this anaerobic digester is not working properly, and it's creating some real issues for the community. So, and we're writing about that too. So we do the good, the bad, the ugly,